Hello, Julenn Keeling here, Associate Broker with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Towne Realty, located right on the coast in beautiful Hampton, Virginia. Welcome to Chapter 1 of 4 in my first time home buying series. You found the perfect house, now what? Today, we're going to discuss the actual and logistical process needed in making an offer. Be sure to stay tuned to the end as I will have bonus tips throughout, as I'm always presenting you with options and producing results. Let's jump right in. The first step in making an offer is to determine how you're going to pay for the house. If you're going to be utilizing cash, then all you would need is a proof of funds letter that you can obtain from your banker or your most recent bank statement dated within the last 30 days. If you're going to be utilizing financing, this is the time that you would definitely need to go ahead and get your pre-approval done if you haven't done so already. In our area, the sellers don't really sign off on an offer or ratify an offer unless there's a pre-approval or a proof of funds letter that accompanies the offer. The seller doesn't want to take the home off the market for you if they don't know that you can indeed buy their house. If you would like more details about how to get pre-approved, I'll put a link down below in the description for a video that addresses just that. The second step in making an offer is that you would want to determine how much the house is worth. What is the market value of the house and how much the house may appraise for? Before making an offer, I always pull the comparable properties that are closest to the subject property in condition, location, and proximity. It's important to try to determine what a potential market value is for the home before you make an offer, so that way you don't end up paying too much. Bonus tip: an educated guesstimate of the home's market value is always great to determine upfront. That way you don't get further along into the transaction, possibly having already spent money for items such as your home inspection and termite and moisture inspection, not to mention the appraisal, and surprise, the value just isn't there. There have been occasions in which my clients have really loved the house and they chose to move forward knowing that the property would kind of be borderline on whether or not it would appraise. From there, it was a personal decision on whether or not they chose to move forward in making an offer knowing this information. At least they knew about the possibility of the property not appraising up front, so then it wasn't like oh, and by the way, the property's not going to appraise, and they weren't totally blindsided. The final step in making an offer is to have the paperwork drawn up. You would have the offer drawn up and sent over to the seller. The seller can do one of three things with your offer. One, accept all of the terms as written and sign off on everything. At this point, you would be ratified and under contract. Bonus tip: be sure when you're making an offer to review everything as written. No matter how major or minor the term may be, if the seller signs off on it, then you are obligated to whatever is in that initial offer. Once you're under contract, it's hard to change the terms that were originally agreed to, and the seller doesn't have any obligation to do so. The second way that the seller may respond to your offer is by the seller countering your offer. If the seller counters your offer, this means that they may accept some of your terms, but maybe not all of them, and they feel that there are some adjustments that need to be made. The third way that the seller can respond to your offer is by rejecting your offer. If the seller felt that the offer was unreasonable or possibly too low, they may not feel that even countering your offer would be worth it. No worries, there still is hope. If the seller rejects your offer, you can always submit another offer to them. There are a lot of emotions on both sides of the transaction. This is where you have to weigh if you really love the house. Is it worth possibly offending the seller and losing it altogether by submitting a ridiculous offer to them? Also, keep in mind that this is the same seller that you're probably still going to have to negotiate home inspection and possibly appraisal required repairs with as well. Now, here's a question for you. What are some of the concerns or questions that you have when you think about making an offer to the seller? please comment below and let me know. If you like what you saw and learned a little something along the way, please give me a thumbs up. Please be sure to share with a friend that you think may find the information helpful and consider subscribing. I will be putting out weekly real estate info videos. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye!